All right, welcome. Can you please tell us your name, sir?
Yes, my name is Donald Blanchard. I am 68 years old. At the present time, I'm a homeless Vietnam vet.
Nice. And how was your childhood?
Oh, I had a very good childhood. My blood father was a little scuzz. He thought he was a biker, and he wasn't. And so my mother and father got divorced, and very soon after that, she married my stepfather, Earl Blanchard. He adopted us. He was a great guy. My parents were always very supportive of me, of all of us children. And there were 11 children in our family. I was the second in charge. And I had an older sister, and we all got along really well. Yeah, I had a very good childhood.
That's good. That's good to hear about, man. What made you sign up to the Army?
Well, it was Navy, and I wanted to be a pilot. And so near the end of my term, close to the end of my term, they had me stationed here in California on CVA 61 Ranger aircraft carrier. And I was working on the hangar deck at the time, and I was in fire control, which is like rockets and missiles and things of that nature. And then I kept applying for pilot school, and close to the end of my term, they sent me to Millington Naval Air Station, which is in Millington, Tennessee. Well, which is Millington, Tennessee. And it's close to Memphis. It's in that area of Tennessee, the southwest area. And my scholia failed by 2 degrees, but they did take me up, and I didn't pass out, but they sure gave me the dry heaves. Anyway, so they offered me a place in the back seat, and I was young and I was afraid. And so I turned them down. And then they sent me back out to California to a guided missile destroyer, the Decatur, I think it was, and I finished my term there.
That's very good, man. So you said the Navy, correct?
Correct, yes.
Correct. So how long did you end up staying in the Navy?
4 years. I did my 4-year term, and when I was released, I went back to visit the family, the folks, the brothers and sisters and stuff. And 2 of them were still in the house at the time. They were my stepfather's children, and they came along much later in my life. I wasn't even there when they were born, but and I didn't last long because I still wanted to be out on my own, and so I moved back to New Orleans, where I was originally born.
So when you were in New Orleans, did you find a new trade or pick up a new job?
Oh, yes, I worked for Stevens Mercedes in the Uptown area on St. Charles Boulevard, and I had an apartment not very far from there. And then I got involved with one of the secretaries there. She was really a sweet girl, man. And we lasted a few years, and then I just had to go on my own. And I went back to Greenwood to visit some friends, and my family had moved to Goshen, Mississippi. And then I went back to Goshen, and where I enrolled in college again, and they accepted my military training for my first 2 years of electronics, because that's what I was taking in the Navy. I took electronics at Mare Island, and I took avionics at Millington Naval Air Station. And so they accepted my military schooling as my first 2 years, and so I started college as a junior, and I attained an associate's degree in computer science and a bachelor's of science in electronics technology.
Yeah, that's the reason why you're going to show me how to use Photoshop a little bit better, right?
Oh yes, I've been using Photoshop since it was on the little 5.5-inch floppy disk.
I think I found you a job for me. You know what I mean? Because I need some help.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would be great.
I can help with that.
So after all that, how did you make it to Vegas?
I secured a job with a place called PPM, Power Plant Maintenance. They were out of Society Hill, North Carolina, I think, or was it South Carolina? It was one of the Carolinas. Right. It was Power Plant Maintenance, and they had me moving around all over the country. I first started out in Gulfport, Mississippi at a power station, and then after that job, they put me up in Nebraska at a power station up there. And then they had a job, after that job was over, they had a job here in Vegas. Well, I came here to Vegas with the original intention of continuing with power plant maintenance, but I couldn't take the hours. It was 6 12-hour days, and Sunday was a 10-hour day. So the hours were just getting to me, and so I started looking for a security maintenance job, and I got one, setting up, maintaining on-site security trailers and installing the alarm systems. And that's kind of how I ended up in Vegas.
And in Vegas, you do not have any friends or family other than me right now?
That's it. That's my man.
Well, that's sad, but at the same time, that's why I'm here, so we can try to make something happen.
Yeah, closest thing to family. Closest thing to family.
There
yes.
you go.
No doubt.
Hey, you're doing great, by the way, too.
Oh,
I might add. You know, some people are a little nervous when we do these type of things, but man, you're knocking it out of the park right
yeah,
now.
not a problem.
So, let's move on to the trials and tribulations a little bit. So, after you couldn't take the hours, what happened? Did you lose that job and find another one, or did it start turning bad?
Yes. After I like I say, I secured a job with they're still here. They're in Henderson now. It's CPS.
Right.
Let me see. Constructive security is basically what it is. They're out of California, and I worked with them for 2 years, and then I started drinking.
Right.
Yeah.
What year was that? Do you remember? Because I remember you told me you started drinking late in life.
Yeah, it was around 2008, 2007, 2009, somewhere in that era. I was about 56 years old. Well, I'm 68 now. I was about 50.
Yeah, roughly.
I was about 54.
Right.
I was 54 years old, and I started drinking. And at first, it was just some beers, 211s, the strong beer.
Cheap stuff, yeah.
And then I moved on to whiskey,
and
I started drinking whiskey. Oh my goodness!
A bottle a day or something.
Oh yeah, it got up to a bottle of definitely.
Yeah.
It got up when I first started drinking it. It was probably 4 days for a bottle. Now, it wouldn't be anything for me to drink a bottle right now today, but I don't do it because I don't do it. I mean,
you've been clean for how long?
It's not the right thing to do. Since, well, I did have a little stint in the Salvation Army, but before that, about 4 years.
Well, that's good. It's a perpetual thing being an alcoholic and being in recovery. So when you slide back, you can't knock yourself down too far because, at least you're still in recovery. So, people make mistakes. We're all human. So it's not the end of the world that you slipped and had a relapse.
Yeah, it's kind of like smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
I smoked cigarettes for 42 years, and one day, that was just it. I said, I'm done, and I haven't even craved one. Every now and then, very rarely, I'll take a puff because it has a sweet, tobacco has a sweet flavor to it, actually, but I don't inhale them, not anymore. I don't inhale cigarettes at all.
Well, so the problems with drinking started around 2006, 2005-ish, and now we're here in 2020. What would you like for yourself, going forward? What would do you want to work, or are you happy being retired?
I'm really happy being retired, and I'm like in transitional housing at U.S. Vets. They're great here.
Yeah.
They're kind of strict about some of their rules, but they're helping me out a lot. They have a supply locker. I can get razor blades and shaving cream and soap, and they have a nice warm bed for me every night. And they're a good organization. They help people out a lot, U.S. Vets. But I'm hoping to secure, way back in the 80s, about the time I was going to college, I got a Farmers Home Association loan through the Department of Agriculture. And that's what I'm trying to get right now today, so I can get some permanent, stable housing. and they've changed their name from Farmers Home Administration to Rural Development, USDA Department of Rural Development. And I haven't had a chance to contact. I called the local Las Vegas branch, and I called the branch in Washington, and I'm just waiting for them to respond to me right now. I called them about 2 days ago, so I'm expecting an answer from them at any time now.
That's great. So your basic aim is to get you a nice 1 or 2 bedroom house that you can call your own, basically.
Yes, and a place where I can grow a little legal herb garden.
Right.
And grow my tomatoes.
It's legal in Las Vegas, so you're
yeah,
fine.
I love fresh, just to go outside and pick some fresh tomatoes off the vine, or asparagus, but they take about 4 or 5 years, so I need to get started.
Well, what would you say to a young person that is maybe going through the same situation that you were going through? What would you say to them?
Don't drink and drive for sure. It has caused me a lot of problems.
Me as well.
And right now, even, I still have to carry a SR22, I think, is what they call it, with my license. Yeah. So that's an extra monetary burden that you have to put up with, and not including the being in jail and having to sit it out and wait and go through the court system. And yes, it's if you're not drinking, don't start drinking. And if you are drinking, just quit as soon as you can. Because believe me, you'll feel a lot better. You'll get to sleep good instead of being passed out and wake up and still feel like you haven't slept in days. Yeah, just if you're not drinking, don't drink. And if you are drinking, do your best to get some help and quit. Because I'm telling you, since I've been in these programs, I'm feeling a lot better. I get a good night's sleep, and I wake up refreshed, and I can drink my morning coffee without my head aching. So yeah, that would be my advice. Don't start.
That's a great message for the youth, because I would say the same thing. Yeah, if you haven't started, definitely don't start now.
Yeah.
And you know, all the stuff that comes with it, the street life and everything, is not worth it.
That's right.
There's nobody out there that's gonna take care of you like yourself. So the first thing you have to do is get yourself together.
It's like false hope. It gives you false hope. You're 10 miles tall and atomic bomb proof. Well, that's not the way it works.
All right, well, I would like to thank you for helping us out today and letting me help you out today too as well.
Yes.
And if there's like anything that you would like the people to know about you, or if you have any social media that you would like them to contact you and maybe even donate to you directly.
I go on YouTube and I search for the homeless people, and they really need a lot of help too, because most of them are either drug addicts or hooked on alcohol or something. But mainly YouTube is where I do my research work. And
but no, if they wanted to find you, do you have Facebook or Instagram or any of the social medias or anything?
No, I don't do any of those.
Well, if you guys would like to donate,
I do have chat. I do have a chat line.
Chat.
So. No, it's not Facebook. It's just called chat.
Oh, okay.
I tried WhatsApp, and I tried Google. What's the one from Google?
They got
Google Messaging or something like that, out of your email box, out of your email, and they all are spammers. The only one that I found, I had a phone that I changed my name over, and I had those apps on the other phone, and I was still getting messages. It wasn't even online. The phone was offline, and I was still getting messages from Google Messaging and the WhatsApp. But I use one just called Chat. That's it. And you can look for me. I'm Petey Wheatstraw.
Petey Wheatstraw.
Yeah, PETIEWHEATSTRAW. Petey Wheatstraw.
And also, if anybody wants to get in contact with him, you guys can just contact me, and I have all of his information, his phone number and his name, if you would like to talk or donate to him, or just share a little of your time like I did today.
Yeah.
So Don, is there any last words that you would like to leave, at least for now, because we possibly will do a follow-up later?
Well, I guess the old thing, owner and president of PrietoGroup, Brenton, just brought me back from Walmart. We took some pictures earlier. It was almost $67 worth of mainly disinfectants and coffee and things of that nature. But yes, Brenton has really helped me out, and he does. And I hate to spill the beans, but he's having to take care of his mother too. So, and he's doing that, and he's helping us. He's helping homeless vets, people in distress, alcoholics, drug addicts. He's a great help. He's a great help. And God, I hate this to turn into asking for donations, but believe me, it is a very worthy cause. Right. He spends all of his time and his money and doesn't ask for a thing in return. And wow, it's really a worthwhile cause.
Well, really thank you very much. Hey, Don, yes, I really appreciate those words, man, because, you know, a lot of people don't know because I don't tell nobody what I do, but I appreciate you speaking so highly of me. Well, and I thank you so much for this interview, and we'll definitely catch up because I need some help with Photoshop. Well,
well, I appreciate you more than you know, and if you get a chance to meet Brenton, you're going to appreciate him too, okay? So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. I hope you all have a great eternity. God bless.
All right, we'll end it like that. Thank you very much, Don.
You're welcome.